Good morning, insurance agents of the senior market. Welcome to Near and Far. We have a pretty different format today, and that's because as opposed to our usual content, we are going to be holding the Great Dental Debate. That's right, the Great Dental Debate of 2021, where we bring in the sales leaders from the three greatest and hottest dental products in the senior market, and they're going to duke it out. Well, maybe not duke it out, but we're going to talk about product and really get an understanding of all of these programs and why they should have your focus this year during AEP. So in terms of our guests, let's introduce them to you. First off, we have Natalie Knighton from Cigna. Natalie, good morning. How are we doing today?
Good morning, everyone. Great. Thank you, Bill.
Excellent. Next, we have Kelly Rayburn from Medico coming to us from Indiana. Kelly, good morning.
Hello, how are you?
Doing wonderful. Ready to get started. And last but certainly not least, we have Seth Groff coming to us from SureBridge. Seth, good morning. How are you, sir?
Doing good. Thanks for having me.
All right, you're welcome. Well, let's get to it. We're going to start out with our first question for the panel. So AEP is hot and heavy. I mean, we're really into it right now, but there's a lot of time left to write more business. All of that being said, why should Medicare Advantage agents sell standalone dental when so many of these MAPD plans have an embedded dental benefit? Kelly, on this one, why don't we start with you?
So thank you. It's very important that the policyholder or clients are completely covered for their dental. And even though there are embedded dental benefits in some of the MA plans that are currently offered, they don't cover everything. So I think it's important to understand that oral health is by far the leading cause of any other health issues that are going on. It's cardiovascular linked, it's diabetic linked, it's even linked to Alzheimer's. So it's best for all clients really to have dental services completely covered, not just a little bit and pieced together with their health insurance.
Okay. Seth, we're going to turn it over to you. If you were speaking to those agents who are writing Medicare Advantage this AEP, why should they also be positioning a standalone dental product along with an MAPD that may already have a dental benefit?
Well, I think in your original question, you said many of these plans have it, not all of them. And so really when I look at Medicare Advantage plans, I usually break them out into three different categories. There's some with no dental benefits, there's some with preventative, and then there's some with ultimately comprehensive benefits. And obviously the low-hanging fruit there would be the ones that don't have any and the ones that only have preventative. Speaking specifically to SureBridge's Prime DVH, we don't coordinate benefits. And so even if they do have some preventative benefits built in, ours would pay in addition to what they're already getting in the MAPD. So my experience is that agents sometimes just make blanket statements like all my MAPD plans have dental benefits. And when you start actually looking at the plans, it's not necessarily the case. And so there's always an opportunity for standalone dental.
Okay, that's a good point. Natalie, throwing to you on this question, how are you feeling about MAPD plans and agents who are selling them, why they should also be offering standalone dental in addition?
Yeah, absolutely. I think probably the biggest reason is the cost of dental care, right? I mean, we all experience, and I think Billy, you and I talked about this before when we did another video, how high those costs are. So I echo what Kelly and what Seth said in regards to all of those other things. But in addition, having our plan, our Cigna plan, alongside an embedded MAPD plan or MA plan, just adds that extra layer of coverage, and it really helps protect from that top end expense. And again, we'll pick up some of the things that maybe the embedded dental doesn't cover. Also, dental is really important to folks. We did a survey as we went to market, and 60% of people want to talk about dental. That's a lot more people than want to talk about some of our other products, right? So people engage in that. They're concerned with it, especially as we get older. So just having that extra coverage is great. And our plan does exactly what Seth's plan does as well. We don't coordinate benefits, so it's in addition to any payment they may have. On top of that, our plan will waive waiting periods. If they have an MAPD plan currently that has waiting periods, we'll credit those, so they'll get to start their plan right away. But that's why it's so important for them to have that extra protection.
All right, that's great. So moving into product, all right, let's get specific down to what each of your companies are bringing to the table. each of your companies has a really strong dental product that many of our agents market and sell successfully. What do you think, specific to your product, is the most unique benefit that is part of that benefit schedule? Seth, let's start with you and the SureBridge dental product.
Yeah, when we were designing, and I'm going to talk specifically to SureBridge's Prime DVH, which is a dental vision hearing combo product. But when we designed that product, we wanted to really encourage utilization. And so the talking point that gets people excited is that all the preventative care is going to be covered immediately day one with no deductible. Also, the vision and hearing exams are going to be covered immediately with no deductible. And so when we talk about utilization, a client could pay one premium, go to the dentist, get a basic cleaning, go to the optometrist, get their eyes checked, and go to the audiologist and get their hearing checked with no out-of-pocket cost. And so that's really what I focus on when talking to agents, and that ultimately are talking to clients is, hey, let's get this plan in force and use it. And I think it resonates really well with the clients.
Okay. No, that's a great point. So Natalie, in terms of the Cigna dental product, what do you think is the most unique benefit that really separates it from the other plans that are available in the marketplace?
Yeah, Bill, that's a great question. For us, it's been our $5,000 maximum. So we have an annual maximum combined dental, vision, and hearing, but that maximum going all the way up to $5,000 is really an outlier. And a lot of folks, they understand the value of that additional coverage that they need. So it has been by far the most popular benefit that we offer.
Okay. No, that's certainly something that we've heard from agents. Now, Kelly, going to you, there are many agents watching today that have had a long history of selling dental-related products with Medico. It actually was the first product we ever started selling with Medico a long while ago. Specific to your newest dental product that's available currently, what do you think is the benefit that is most unique about it?
So with the Gold and Platinum plans, I think it's safe to say that we made a lot of changes with our dental. We're first day coverage on all services, including major. We don't even give credit for credible coverage because we don't need to anymore on our major services. But I think our riders are what really sets us apart. So we do have one rider that is the buy-up rider, very inexpensive for a client to have. It adds $1,000 to the base benefit. It also goes per calendar year, which brings the second rider into place as probably the most important rider, which is the carryover benefit rider. For $8 a month, a client can add the carryover rider. At the end of December, every single plan year, we're going to carry over any unused benefit to the following year and continue to bank that up to $3,000 so that a client can plan, what I like to say plan in air quotes, for major services. Usually clients aren't buying dental coverage as soon as they need major services. It's like, ouch, my tooth hurts, I'm going to need dental insurance. That's usually not how it goes. They're adding it because they've had it for their entire working career or whatever their spouse may have had during the time that they were working, and they need to keep that going. But what they don't, the smaller maximums, smaller benefits that are offered aren't necessarily utilized right out of the gate. We're going to go get our cleanings a couple times a year, and then any unused benefits just lost. So what we've done is we've added this rider that continues to move that over. So whenever they do need major services, a crown, an implant, whatever that might be, surgical extraction, etc., they'll have that benefit already banked so that they're going to be covered completely whenever they go to the dentist.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that, Kelly. That when you guys released the newer dental product earlier this year, that carryover benefit was the one that I thought out of all of the different changes that were made on those plans was probably the most unique and innovative. So one thing in coming back to agents and sales that I think is really important, and this is something I know that our sales team and our marketers combat every time they're talking to agents, not just about dental, but ancillary products of any type, be it hospital indemnity or, cancer plans or, heart attack, stroke plans, critical illness, whatever, is that there are so many agents that don't even attempt to sell ancillary products because they feel they don't want to screw up the Medicare sale by pitching that additional product. If you were coaching the agents viewing today, how would you coach those agents to offer dental as part of their Medicare appointments moving forward? Kelly, let's start with, or actually, Natalie, we're going to start with you on this question.
Okay. Yeah, that's funny, Bill, because everybody wants to know, how do we sell these other products if they're not selling them already? And really the opportunity is to ask the question. So when I had mentioned previously that we had done some research when we came to market with our new product, and one of the things we found out that was all of the Medicare Advantage eligibles that changed a Medicare Advantage plan, not for the primary benefits, but for the supplemental benefits, 61% of those clients made that choice based on dental. So dental is a really important part of that sell. If I'm an agent and I have 500 clients and maybe a good portion of them don't have a good dental benefit or an additional standalone benefit, I take the chance that someone else could come in behind me, offer a dental benefit better, and my client would move, even though maybe some of the Medicare Advantage benefits wouldn't be, comparable. Clients don't always understand that if they're being approached by someone else. So I think not only to protect your client's needs, you don't know what's happening with your client. You don't know how important it is for them to have that dental, but protect them against that risk, but also protect them or give them an option so they don't have to make a Medicare Advantage choice based on a dental product.
Yeah, the sharks are always circling. That's an interesting approach. So Kelly, put on your sales trainer hat. You are coaching the agents who don't offer ancillary products during a Medicare appointment. What is your coaching to those folks on why they should be offering dental on their appointments next week?
Yes, I think it's really important to understand as an agent that the employer of that client has been the agent for the last 30 years. And in that last 30 years, they've been covered for health insurance and dental. And every time they've come into their open enrollment on their group, they literally just checked a box that says no changes, right? That's basically what that client has done for the last decades, wherever they've been in their employment. And when an agent comes in, that client needs to know that that agent is now replacing that employer as the agent. And they should be offering what was comprehensive to that client from the very beginning of their working relationship. So they should be offering them that health and that dental to make that a comprehensive package so that there's no out-of-pocket cost or there's minimal out-of-pocket cost for that client whenever they do use whatever provider it is, whether it's their health or their dental. Right? So the other part too is agents are so nervous, I'll use the word nervous, to ask that client to open up their wallet, whether they're offering a zero premium with their health insurance and then they're adding that dental on top of it. Their wallet's already open, no matter what kind of health insurance that they're offering them. So by all means, put something in there that's going to be an ancillary product such as dental to make sure that everything's covered later on down the road for them.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. So Seth, moving to you on this question, how would you coach the agents who currently are not offering ancillary products during their Medicare appointments? What would your recommended approach be?
Yeah, so they need to change their mindset, first of all. They don't want to look at it as trying to sell them dental insurance. I always tell them that you're just educating them on their dental insurance options. And when you take that approach where you're educating them and not trying to sell them, I think that the agents get a little bit more comfortable with it and they aren't afraid of losing that core sell. The second thing that I always tell people is to practice, right? Confidence builds success. And so practice on yourself. Picture yourself, if you were buying this plan, what questions would you ask of the plan and make sure you're able to answer them? Then pitch it to your spouse, right? And see what questions they come up. And I think that if you practice it, go through a couple, you're going to have a lot more confidence when you're meeting with the client. And the third thing that I always tell agents are give it a try, right? Are you afraid of something that you think might happen, or have you offered it in the past and it did screw up, your core medical sell? Because if you take the education approach, the worst they're going to say is no, you can still get your core medical sell and move on. So those are the three things that I always tell agents is just, don't pitch, educate. Number 2 is practice. And number 3 is just give it a try. A lot of times the misconceptions are just in your head and not an actual reality.
Yeah. Well, whenever we talk about this subject internally with our sales teams, there's 2 things that really pop into my head. Okay. And the first is actually a quote from Mike Tomlin, who's a football coach here in Pittsburgh, who famously says all the time, we don't live in our fears. And I say that to agents all the time that, hey, if you're saying you're not going to offer dental, or you're not going to offer hospital indemnity, or some other ancillary product that may be appropriate for that consumer, you're living in your fears. I'm not going to offer it because I'm afraid of screwing it up. And the second thing we talk about with our sales team in terms of working with agents is, if you're afraid that offering dental after you've concluded your Medicare sales appointment is going to screw up the Medicare sale you just made, you did a really bad job on selling the Medicare product. Like, that you did not put them in the appropriate product. If tossing dental on the table is going to be like, wait, I don't need United Healthcare, I need Humana. Well, wait a minute, I just talking about dental. Like, so that's something that, we really talk about. So I think, Seth, those are really good points. So Kelly, we're going to come back to you and start with this question. And this is something that I really like to talk about because I love talking to people, insurance companies that design product. And a lot of the feedback I get, be it on dental or anything else, is that all product design teams really think about, when they're designing that product, who their ideal prospect looked like. So if you could paint a picture of Medico's dental ideal prospect, who this plan was designed for, who does that ideal prospect look like?
Oh my goodness, that's such a great question. So let me kind of back up, because I really didn't think about an ideal prospect.
And you can't say everyone. You can't say everyone, because everyone is best. Yeah, you can't say everyone. Let's talk about who the ideal prospect is.
Right. Well, let me tell you how we got there. So I think maybe that might help paint a better picture.
Okay.
So when we started to design the Gold and Platinum, one of the things that we had never done before was engage the field. So we were listening to, and we say from Medico's standpoint that we listen to the feedback of our agents, our clients, our FMOs, and the downlines to be able to understand what it is people in the field really want to sell and what they need. And this time we did it. So in COVID, I was able to sit at my dining room table and call out, and I gathered about 25 people from the agent set all the way up to the principal of FMO to be able to help design this product in something that they would like to sell, something that they had heard agents saying that their clients needed. That's actually how the carryover benefit was birthed. It was something that I was sitting down talking to somebody, and they were like, yeah, it's just too bad. If you have a high benefit amount on an annual basis, what are they going to do with it? If they don't use it, they lose it. And I said, well, what if we could roll it over? And that's how that was designed. So we put it out to a focus group before we ever put it in the street. So our ideal client came from the agents that had the loudest voices that they sell to.
Okay. So Seth, talking about the SureBridge dental product, we've got a lot of viewers who run a lot of that business, a lot of sales that we've seen from that particular product the last year to year and a half. Paint a picture of what you think the SureBridge dental product's ideal prospect. What do they look like?
Yeah, I'm going to talk specifically in the 65 and over market, since that's kind of what our theme is for today. And both Kelly and Natalie have already kind of alluded to this, but our best prospects, where the agents are going to have the most success, is number one is they are familiar with dental insurance. So whether they had that through an employer or they had an individual plan, if they had it with an employer, and they're familiar with dental insurance, that's going to be one quality we look for. The second quality that we look for is that they're going to use it, right? If they're not going to go and get those preventative cleanings, our persistency isn't the best. And so we're looking for people that actually want to go use it, both the dental and the vision and the hearing preventative benefits. So that would be the second quality. And then really the third one is that just people that are looking for a cost-effective way to pay for their dental, vision, and hearing care. If they're set on paying out of pocket, I'm probably not going to be able to convince them otherwise. But if they're looking for a more cost-effective way, then they're going to be an ideal client. So just to kind of recap, coming from an existing plan, like an employer plan, number two, they see the value in going and seeing the dentist and the optometrist and the audiologist, and then also just interested in a cost-effective way to pay for their dental care.
No, that's great. I can see that client in my mind's eye, Seth. That's a really good description. So Natalie, closing up this question with you, the Cigna product that you and I had shot that video earlier this year when you were rolling it out to the field. What does that ideal prospect for Cigna's dental look like?
Yeah, so I know I can't say everyone. So can I say everyone with teeth? Just teasing. So, Kelly made some great points as far as market research. We did that as well as we were ready to, as we were designing our product and getting it out there. And I think what we heard most was people saying that there just wasn't enough benefit. We did not have enough upside benefit to cover the cost. I mean, these days, a crown can be, well over $1,500. So many high costs as far as this dental is concerned. So when we look at who is the right prospect, we are talking about the 65 and over market primarily, but a lot of folks can come off of their dental plan and they can retire a little early. They're caught in that trap where, hey, I don't have dental and I'm trying to figure out how to get from here to Medicare. So that's a great place to look for prospecting, but also the folks who really, I think, opportunity is if they have a dental plan currently and maybe they only have a $1,500 limit or annual maximum or $1,000 annual maximum. Because with our plan, if they've had that $1,000 or $2,000 annual maximum for 12 months and that class 3 coverage has been covered, we'll waive those waiting periods. So that gives those folks who understand the value of dental, maybe feel like they don't have enough coverage and they want to increase their coverage, that gives them the opportunity to come over to our plan without the penalty of going through a class 3 waiting period again. So for us, combined with everything Seth and Kelly said, those are, all of those things combined, but then to take it that step further, to be able to avoid that waiting period, I think is super important and a great opportunity for folks.
No, that's tremendous. So we understand from each of you your idea, the ideal prospect. Who is the best fit. And I'm glad that you guys didn't answer with everyone. And Natalie, I thought your response, everyone with teeth, was ingenious. But speaking of lead generation, okay, I think it's really almost always foremost on an agent's mind. Because if you don't have prospects, it doesn't matter how good your sales skills are, you can't run any business. So Seth, we're going to start with you on this question, because I know that we've talked about this with agents here or there over the last couple months, specifically with some of these dental products. Do you believe that agents should prospect for dental, or do you view dental as really exclusively a complementary sale? So Seth, we're going to start with you on this one.
Yeah, I mean, if there was one product in our portfolio that I was solely going to prospect for, it would be the dental insurance. And before today's call, I went out to Google Trends and I just Googled some of our other products, or compared dental insurance to like critical illness or a hospital indemnity plan or an accident plan. And I can tell you that more people are searching for dental insurance than any of those other keywords. And so people are looking for just dental insurance. And so I think there's an opportunity there. The other thing that I always tell people is that, the reason an agent would be hesitant to just primarily prospect for a dental client is recouping that lead generation cost, right? It's going to be a relatively lower premium, and they just might feel like they're not going to be able to recoup their costs. But I challenge the agents to reach out to Neishloss and, ask them what you guys could set them up on commissions, because you can end up making a pretty good amount of money selling these plans and, making selling them as a standalone product profitable. So the point is that yes, you can just prospect for dental clients. People are out Googling dental insurance all the time. And so if you set it up right, I think you can have a lot of success, especially once you look at how you would be compensated.
Seth, we're already paying people at the top commission level that you let us pay them at. We can't start throwing more money at them, but I love where your head's at. It's just like, agents, call Neishloss, ask for more commissions and pay for leads that way.
Oh, no, I wasn't saying ask for more. Just ask what you can set them up at.
I know. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing around. I'm just kidding with you. So Natalie, specific to this question on lead gen and dental, are you viewing this as a complementary sale, or do you think people can actively be prospecting for dental and be successful?
You know what? I agree with what Seth said 100%. So when we did our go-to-market research, we found, we surveyed folks, we surveyed agents and consumers as well, and we found that 59% of consumers are interested in talking about dental, which unfortunately is very much contrasted to some of our other ancillary products. So the dental just absolutely far and above leads the way. I kind of mentioned previously the folks who are maybe have retired a little early and they're edging up to that age 65. Get them as your dental clients now, and then you don't have to go looking for them when it's time for the MA cell or the Medicare Supplement cell. So it is something that everybody's interested, everybody wants to talk about, and it gets their attention very quickly. And so I think the agents are going to have also a very easy opportunity to have that discussion. And some agents have a little bit of a hesitation. Well, like, gosh, I don't know if it's worth the money, or, is it really a value to the client? And I'll say with our plan and others who have maybe a higher annual maximum, it is more valuable because the premiums are reasonable and you're getting so much more benefit for your value. So people really understand that, and they understand the need for dental, and they're very willing to talk about it.
Yeah, Natalie, I think that's a really good point, specifically to prospecting for consumers with dental in that 60 to 64 band. That's really a play that if you're an established agent and you're able to play the long game, that works really well. I know a number of agents here locally in Western Pennsylvania that actually do that with ACA. That they're not out looking for ACA at ages 35, 40, or 45, but they will engage with ACA 60 to 64 because they're building their Medicare prospect pool. So that's actually a really interesting concept. Kelly, throwing to you here on the lead gen subject, are you thinking prospecting for dental or exclusively a complimentary sale?
So we look at it two different ways. We actually have a lead generation program ourselves too, called AEG Leads, that actually has designed and developed a lead program with the TPM that actually sends out mailers for dental. And we receive more back than any other ancillary product that we have. It dumps directly into their emails, and they can actually they can sell whoever they want to, actually, but we're backing that for them. The other part too, with the dental leads is when I was talking to one of our lead partners that we all know from our MedSup conference, they tell us that their lead generation that they receive back more times than not is going to be on that dental sale. So we know that people are going to go out and be able to generate leads toward dental and then sell other things. I think it's a really smart play when an agent goes and they actually use dental as a lead generation to get to Medicare. I think that's a really smart play. And the other part too is Medico actually added it on the application. So now it's a combo application and reminds the agent to cross-sell on their Medicare supplement applications, as well as our Great Western final expense. So there's a discount that goes with that if they're not doing it upfront and doing it as a lead gen on the side, but actually doing as a combo app on the back.
Yeah. Well, in terms of the lead vendor, like, you can absolutely mention them, because if it's the person that I think they're friends of the show. Are you talking about Lead Concepts?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Chris and the rest of the crew, they're friends of the show. You can absolutely give them a plug if you want, because we absolutely love those guys. They're tremendous. So, all right. So going off of lead generation and talking about something else that has really taken off, which is online enrollment. If we dial the clock back 2 to 3 years, we were dragging agents, kicking and screaming, towards using online enrollment platforms, either for Medicare or for Medicare Supplement or, for dental. Like, I can remember at one point in time, there was a particular carrier in the space that had a really great online enrollment tool, and we thought it was wonderful, and we did all these webinars, and then we looked, and it was like 5% of our apps were coming through it. But that is not the case now, and online enrollment's really taken off since, I think, COVID, in a way, was good for online enrollment. It really started impacting business practices. So, Natalie, we're going to start with you here. Looking at Cigna's online enrollment technology, what is the best feature of that online enrollment tool that agents can use?
Yeah, so we have a great online enrollment tool. So I've worked with a couple of other carriers before, and there's always this question, that problem, this and that, but I only hear compliments from agents on our Express app. So our Express app encompasses all of our products. So our Medicare Supplement plans, all of our ancillary products, our cancer, heart attack, stroke, accident, all of those, as well as our new dental plans. So literally with a click of a couple of buttons, while you're in selling a Medicare Supplement plan, you can add that dental, or you can add that cancer, heart attack, stroke. So it is very easy to use. We're constantly improving it. We just launched a couple of updates prior to AEP, and I think we shortened the application process by 3 pages. So we're helping to turn around, make that a quicker turnaround process, especially if you have some call center agents, or as you mentioned, Bill, folks are really more in tune to electronic enrollment now. So that it's been a great tool, and we're seeing that as well. We see the majority of our applications are submitted online. The other thing, is little sneak peek coming down the road, is we are in the process of working on a self-enrollment tool. So hopefully here pretty soon, hopefully I'm not letting the secret out of the bag too early, but we will have a link that your agents will be able to just send out to clients, and the clients can enroll themselves. So we think that's a huge win. We think that is really going to be the turning point for our dental plan.
Yeah, well, Natalie, we're all about breaking news here on Near and Far. So if there's any other secrets or, advance notice of stuff, you can just feel free to just let it out. Like, don't hold that stuff in. I don't want you to bottle that up in your heart. I just wanted you to let it go. Like this can be like your confessional of advance notice on all things Cigna that are coming to market. So if you got anything else, just feel free. Just let it fly.
Yeah. I think you're the first to know, so that's a good thing.
You heard it here, agents. Everything breaks here on Near and Far. So Kelly, do you have any state secrets from Medico that you have to release? Or would you like to talk about the best factor on your company's online enrollment tool? Which would you like to take first?
So I think all of us probably have secrets, right? We have to keep everything as close as possible, and we have to flip our cards up just every once in a while. But My Enroller is our online tool, and we went to 100% online applications during COVID. Obviously, we went to 100% online everything in COVID, including policy delivery to the policyholders. And we've just continue to wave through online enrollment. Our online enrollment tool has been a software that agents download onto their laptop, their desktop, their iPad. They can use an online version that will encompass those that use Macs or Chromebooks. And it's really an easy application. You go from one page to another, and you cannot go forward unless the information is completed, right? Each one of our products you can use the application tool to do multiple. So each one, you can do them separately, or you can do them as a multiple. The dental is already added on a pop-up box. So all they have to do is click in and say, yes, we want to add the dental. They pick which plan they want, and they continue throughout the enrollment process. We're getting ready to take that to a web-based version in 2022. We too are also getting ready to revamp our dental Pearl, so they will be able to apply for dental on their own. We're also going to Pearl all of our other products, because we're getting ready to go into all instant decision in 2022. Something else that we've designed as far as technology is we have a policyholder app that's getting ready to launch. So as soon as someone applies for one of our policies, their ID cards, they get a policy number immediately on the screen. It's going to load right into the dental app. All they have to do is launch it. Their ID cards are there. Their policy packet is already there. Their one touch to call their agent is already there. So it takes all of the information and puts it right where it needs to be, which is something we always carry around, which is on our phone.
Absolutely. So that was great. We got both online enrollment tool features and breaking news all together. Natalie, you started a trend with this. I'm really glad we're doing this, because we're all friends. We got to share. Friends do sharing. That's what friends do. I got to tell you though, Kelly, specific to the Medico online enrollment tool, the part that I enjoy the best is that when our agents are going through a Medicare supplement enrollment, I think it asks 27 times, would you like dental? Would you like dental? Have you considered our dental plan yet? If you haven't thought about dental, you should think about dental. Do you like dental? Check this box for yes, check this box for no. That to me is tremendous. I did have one agent say, seriously, they asked me 5 times if we're doing dental, we're not doing dental. But I said, hey, they just want to make sure the teeth of your clients are taken care of. That's tremendous. So Seth,
well, we put in the application tool 3 times. There's a pop-up in there 3 times just to remind them, and to remind them that there's a discount on it, right? And in addition to that, our current incentive is Medicare Supplement and dental, and it's a combo application. So if you do a combo application, you get paid even more money. So it's just a constant reminder of how agents can continue to make more money up and above commission.
Yeah, well, I'm just kidding around, but I love it. Like I told you when they launched it that I really like that feature, and I'm exaggerating. It's not 27 times. Thank you, Kelly, for checking me that it's only 3 times, but it's a great feature. So Seth, coming to you on online enrollment or company state secrets, up to you. It's gentleman's choice on this question here.
I'm fresh out of company secrets, so I'm going to have to hit on our point of sale tool. But SureBridge, we're 100% online, and we've been that way for several years since I've been with the company. One of the advantages of that is that we can keep our processing costs down and pass those savings on to the clients in terms of products, and then also pass that on to the agents in terms of compensation. Our products, we got face-to-face options, and we have over the phone options. And I really think that one of our advantage is all the different signature options that we have. When working in the senior market, technology can be an issue, right? If you're working with people turning 65 or kind of that 65 to 70 range, they might have a smartphone, and so they can do like a text or an email signature. But one of the things that I found that is if you're working with some older clients, they might not have an email or a smartphone. And so we got a voice signature for them. And so regardless of your client's, technological expertise, you're going to be able to align a signature option that meets their comfort level. And I think that's one of our, advantages of our point of sale tool.
No, that's a great point. That's something that our agents who are selling SureBridge in any sort of particular volume, like they've remarked upon that they've got a way to get someone enrolled regardless of what their technological acumen is. All right, so last but not least, I have a secret question. So for those of you viewing, I always typically provide in these types of scenarios, here's some of the questions we may hit, but I always keep one special question that they're going to have no idea that's coming. So that we're going to go that first. And Kelly, we're back to you in terms of starting. Okay. So I want you to imagine this scenario. Okay. It's December 1st. There's a week left to go in the AEP. You're starting to get tired. You're just worn out. Like it's just been constant for, 47, 50 days, and you got a week to go, and you're trying to fire yourself up in the morning. Okay. So you come downstairs, you make your coffee, and you need to toss one song on the speaker in your house to get the blood boiling and be ready to finish AEP strong. What is the song you are queuing up to DJ your final week of AEP? Kelly Rayburn, you are the DJ. What's your song?
So, you're calling me out about the type of music that I listen to, which I know that my face is not going to go with when I tell you that I am a metalhead. So I would tell you that probably the song that's going to go on the radio is 1,000 Horsepower by Godsmack.
Wow. Yes. I know that song. That
fair question, Bill. Not a fair question.
Oh, they're all fair questions because I'm the host. I can ask any question that I want. So that's tremendous. That is a real blood boiler there. I'm loving where you're coming from with that one. Seth, we are up next. What is it that you are tossing on in terms of your speaker in your house to really get you fired up to close AEP strong?
So I'm going to go back to my wrestling days and what was always my go-to song that I always try to listen to right before I stepped out on the mat. But it's AC/DC, Shook Me All Night Long. Gets me fired up every time.
Yes. I'm loving AC/DC. That's tremendous. The heartbeat will start pumping right away with that one. All right, Natalie, in terms of your final song to get yourself ready to crush the last week of the AEP, not that we're there yet, we're still early in the AEP, but looking ahead, what have you got queued up to be playing in your kitchen as you're getting ready to go?
Oh my gosh, by far, Queen, we are the champions to carry us through that last week and finish up those sales strong and have that energy and go. Yeah, 80s girl all the way.
Nice. Well, I won't leave you out here. I will let you know that if I've got a big moment and I really need to get pumped up, I am going back in time. I am going to go with a song from the Rocky III soundtrack. Eye of the Tiger is absolutely what I am pumping up to get myself ready to go out and crush it. So Natalie, Kelly, and Seth, thank you so much for joining us this morning. This has been tremendous. Really appreciate all your time today, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
So we will be back with you soon on Near and Far with more tremendous content, perhaps more company state secrets. You never know what's coming. We will be back with you soon, bright and early at 7 a.m. in the morning. I'm Bill. This has been Near and Far. Thanks for watching.